Cleveland, Northeast Ohio.
I always have loved Cleveland. The people who are from here are really proud of being from Cleveland, and that energy is contagious.
I wake up and fall in love with Cleveland every day.
It's a place that I've raised my family, and I've gotten to know so many people in so many different areas of life.
You know, we have to be connected, so not just in the world, but ourselves.
The value that Clevelanders share is definitely this loyalty.
Support and loyalty.
Loyalty is probably a key word. I see the same thing with our sports teams.
And a love of sports is in our DNA. Every year is our year.
That's what we live and die for, the Browns, the Cavs, the Guardians.
Being from Cleveland, Ohio, we have some of the best sports teams and best high schools in the nation. You gotta be a hardcore athlete.
No matter what our records are, everyone still wakes up on game day like it's Super Bowl Sunday. You know what I mean? And we always cheer hard like that.
We know what it's like to not sometimes be on top.
Doesn't matter if we're losing or winning, like everyone's showing up to the games. Didn't matter if I was losing or winning, everybody's showing up to the concerts.
But to understand that we will work hard, we'll strive to do what we need to do, and we'll get there.
I mean, main thing that comes to mind is hard work.
I believe we are the hardest working people in the country.
You have to work for everything that you have. That's how we are, you know? We're just down to get our elbows dirty.
We feel like we have to have a relentless pursuit to be great, and that's something we constantly focus on.
I remember every time that I was down when the world felt like it was beating me up and I walked into a restaurant in Cleveland or a bar in Cleveland, hey, drinks are on us, man, like, we love you, don't forget that.
I've lived all across the world. Nothing compares to this sense of togetherness that you have in Cleveland.
I think being from Cleveland, everyone's tough. When you get into the real world and you see how hard things are, having that Cleveland, Ohio backbone, no one can stop us.
Growing up in Cleveland really impacted who I am today. It's why I created my business, which is Courtney Covers Cleveland.
My business is Vibe Lakewood and Made for More, a healthy cafe, and then a personal training studio.
I started a nonprofit called Random Acts of Kindness Everywhere, and the city's embraced it. I get a key to the city every year, February 17th.
It's done really well, and we've had an overwhelming amount of support.
The city itself has always gotten behind everything we've done.
The city wanting people from the city to open up businesses there is amazing.
We got to the Eastern Conference Finals after our 5th year in existence, and that doesn't really happen a lot.
Going to the finals every single year that I was in college, that was amazing.
I got to be here for NBA Finals, and that was special.
My top memory with the Cavs was bringing them out at the parade, the championship parade.
And downtown was crazy. So the parade is definitely a great memory.
I performed the same song, I think it was 52 times over and over again. Being on top of the bus and Kyrie and LeBron and JR and all the boys are back, and I'm seeing kids I went to high school with, and I'm like, oh, what up? It was just so much love, you know? I think we broke a record that day. I've never seen a city that packed.
Cleveland never looked like that ever in life. The parade was insane.
I mean, listen, this is a scrappy team.
This new crop who's coming to play as of this year, they've really shown that they can play at a very high level against anybody.
We're a young team, 4th in the Eastern Conference, just getting warmed up.
They're making a statement this season.
This team is different. They were listening. They get involved, and this team is exactly like our team was. Everybody from 1 to 15, they care about each other, and you can see it on the floor.
They're truly playing team basketball. I've really enjoyed seeing Darius Garland mature, Kevin Love stepping up off the bench.
First time watching Evan play, being surprised on how NBA ready he was. He just looked like he's been here before, and he knew already what to do.
We hit our win total before the All-Star break, and that's crazy. That is so crazy.
I said they got a great team. They continue to keep trusting in one another. They'll make a good run, I feel like.
I think this is our year with the Cavs, so I'm excited about our prospects in the playoffs.
The Jason Richardson, dunk contest, the Neek versus MJ.
I remember Blake Griffin dunking over the Kia in LA. I remember the ice storm in Dallas when we had to it took us 2.5 hours to actually get to the facility, and they broke the Guinness Book of World Records for the number of fans that were at that actual game. John Johnson was the first All-Star, and I became the second one. It was just a great feeling to represent the team and represent the franchise.
Underdogs would make the team, like Terrell Brandon, somebody like Bob Sura in the dunk contests. It was cool to see a Cavs jersey in the dunk contest.
Everyone out there was messing around, and Kobe was always serious. And that's something that always stood out to me. He was always
being competitive, and no matter what it was, he always wanted to win.
So I'm going to take it back to Mariah Carey and her performance when Michael Jordan was retiring. Everyone is weeping during this All-Star game.
Larry Bird, when he put the finger up after he made the last shot, knowing he was going to win it. I mean, there's been so many iconic moments.
The one I remember the most was when Magic came back and he won the MVP. That one was one that I'll never forget.
But those were the memories that you just have as a kid, just like, man, this is super cool. And now the 75th to be in my city, unbelievable.
And so when all of those moments come together, I think that's what's special about All-Stars.
One of the reasons why I ran for mayor was I believe that our narrative has to change. We have an amazing city with amazing people and amazing assets, and we are just getting started.
I can only see us progressing from where we are. We're only going up, all the way up.
We have a chip on our shoulder, and we want to prove to the world who we are, what we stand for, and what we represent.
I was supported by the city, so my vision, it was like they all picked me up, so I was able to see farther. But that wasn't, just me. That was the fact that like the whole city was like, no, like get on our back, like see what's out there.
I love the direction that Cleveland is going. We're growing, and we're building new businesses and developments, and entrepreneurship is taking off. I think Cleveland is a great place to be today, but I think it's going to be an even greater place in the future.
I think it's only growing more spotlight we put on it. I think the more consistent we are and the better we are in sports, it's just going to shine a bigger spotlight on this city and what it's all about.
What we do now off the floor is just as important as what we do on the floor.
Cleveland's on fire, It's finally getting the credit it deserves. And with all the new real estate additions, the culture, the people, it's going to be an amazing city in the next couple of years, even more so than it is now.
We can be a model for economic justice. We can be a model of having a modern and responsive city hall, and we can be a model of how to really leverage our cultural assets. And I think we can be not only a great American city, but a great global city in the future.